What's going on, guys? It's Liam from Lckdetrio and the fight is upon us. So the big fight is here. Anthony Joshua takes on Wladimir Klitschko tonight at, well, I don't know what time it starts. Anthony Joshua takes on Wladimir Klitschko tonight on the Saturday the 29th of April 2017, and it's going to be potentially the fight of the decade.
I think one of the main things that when you approach the fight is the mind, because you've done everything physically. Everything should be subconscious now, you know. You should do stuff that you don't even realise you're doing when you're in the fight. So it's just getting my mind right now. I've done my sparring, I've done my pads, I've done my bags, shadow boxing. There's so many things we ticked off. Just be mentally ready because I've done everything physically.
First of all, I want to say that I did want to upload earlier in the week about the Call of Duty World War II reveal trailer. I haven't, due to the fact that I actually missed it on Wednesday. If you'd have seen our Instagram page during the week, you would have seen that I posted a picture up of me stood next to Lckdetrio Petrov. And with me and Connor from LCK, I had played in a golf tournament for the John Hartson Foundation, also known as Grab Life by the Balls, an absolute fantastic charity in aid of testicular cancer, which obviously John Hartson himself suffered from and overcome. We had a fantastic day. It was an absolute brilliant day. Great playing with current footballers, managers, ex-footballers, and obviously meeting legends like John Hartson and Lckdetrio Petrov. If you do want to donate to the charity, there'll be a link down in the description of how you can donate to the Grab Life by the Balls charity. So far, they've raised £700,000. Their target is £1 million. Obviously, every little helps. If one person donates a tenner or something like that, it's £10 more than what we had before. So I just wanted to say my little bit. Anyway, I've been waiting for this fight. When it got announced, it was just like a sense of relief, the fact that he will be fighting Wladimir Klitschko. The question is it too early for Joshua? We'll go on to the fights. Anthony Joshua takes on Wladimir Klitschko. Now, in my eyes, this is something that can go one of two ways. Anthony Joshua, young gun, demolishing people. Everyone that gets put in front of him, he's knocking him out. Not even like, just no, like literally knocking the geezer out. The geezer's on the floor having a fit. Like, he's literally putting people in hospital. This geezer is just immense. Look at him. He is literally just the definition of perfection, really, isn't he? He's got the good looks, he's got the body, he's just every muscle in his body is bulging out. Right? I couldn't even, he's got muscles on muscles. It's immense to see him out there against Klitschko. I mean, you can look at it in two different ways. It's either Klitschko is up, he's like, obviously he's beating Klitschko, and it's going to take him to another level, which it is, because Wladimir Klitschko, despite his age and everything, he's still a fantastic fighter. But then at the same time, you can go, well, he is 41, so he's past his best. He's definitely not at his peak. Anthony Joshua is beating a weltering legend, if anything. So you can look at it two ways with Joshua, but he's going to propel his career if he wins. There's no two ways about it. He's knocking geezers out left, right, and centre. Whoever gets put in front of him, bang, gone. They've put Wladimir Klitschko in front of him. If he knocks Wladimir Klitschko out, it's good night from him, it's good night from me, and it's good night from you. Words from a friend of mine. Joshua is looking like he could potentially be the real deal, and that's the key point, potentially be the real deal. He hasn't fought anybody to this standard before. He's talented, he's strong, he's quick, he's young. He is just the ultimate specimen. And if he beats Klitschko, then there is a case for the fact that he could be up there. If Wladimir Klitschko goes into this fight the way he was in with Tyson Fury, this fight isn't going to last very long, because I feel that Joshua's got a lot more power than what Fury has. Fury's a good fighter, he's got power, he has, and there is no doubt in that. But Joshua has just got the speed, and if you've got punches coming at you that hard and that fast, it's going to take anybody's chin up. But then if Wladimir Klitschko comes into the fight and boxes the way that we know he can box, Joshua could be taught a lesson in it. We don't know Joshua's capabilities of boxing to that standard. Can he outsmart the smart? Can he outwit the wit? We do not know these. These are unanswered questions that we will find out tonight. Now on to Wladimir Klitschko. There is no doubting that this person is the real deal. Wladimir Klitschko has been there, done it. He hasn't just got the teacher, he's got the whole range. He has lost fights, he has won fights, he has dominated fights, he has knocked geezers out. I think he's had 64 fights. That is some fight record. The years that Wladimir Klitschko has been in the boxing industry is how old Anthony Joshua is. 27 years. He has had 27 years in the boxing ring fighting alone. The bloke knows how to win a fight. This could potentially make him 3rd-time world champion, up there with some of the greats, most notably his brother Vitaly. So he can probably propel himself to another level, Wladimir Klitschko, even at the tender age of 41. But if he comes into the shape that he's looking and he comes into it and mentally and he boxes with Anthony Joshua, this could be a Klitschko win. But if Anthony Joshua goes in there and catches him early, I reckon this could be a Joshua win. I'm not too sure. We haven't seen Joshua get to 12 rounds, and he quite openly says he's not going to talk about his future. So I'm not going to talk about what could happen if he gets to 12 rounds, because we don't know. We've never seen Joshua get to 12 rounds. So if he goes to 12 rounds, it's looking more in Klitschko's favour. Can Joshua get knocked out? We've seen him get stumbled by Dillian Whyte with a few punches. Klitschko's got more power than Dillian Whyte. So if Klitschko lands on him, we could see him on the floor just having a little bit of a shimmy. We do not know what could happen. He could get knocked down, he could come back up and knock the geezer out. You do not know. Anything could happen. There is so many unanswered questions that will potentially get answered tonight in the fight. We had the weigh-in yesterday. Anthony Joshua came in 10 pounds heavier than Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko was looking ripped. He looked good. He looked really good for a 41-year-old. If I'm looking at that ripped at 41, I've had a good life. Anthony Joshua obviously came in 10 pounds heavier. That's a lot of muscle to be carrying extra, and he's got to carry that for 12 rounds. So he's looking for that early knockout. If this goes to 12 rounds, that's when we might start seeing Joshua struggle, because he's got to carry an extra 10 pounds of weight. And with Klitschko looking in the shape he is, he looks like he could be sustaining those 12 rounds, and he's looking for that point victory. Sparred with Joshua before. He said years back that Anthony Joshua would be a future heavyweight champion. He could see all this because he knows Joshua's a good fighter. But Wladimir Klitschko is obviously thinking, but I can beat this kid. And I think he's kind of looking at it and thinking, I've been at the top of my game for all these years. It's kind of swiveling off at the end. So who can I fight to see it out? The big hype of the heavyweight division, because you cannot hide the fact that Anthony Joshua is the biggest name in heavyweight boxing at the moment. People ever look at it and Joshua goes on to be undisputed champion of the world, people will compare me to him. So why not have a fight and have it? If I lose, then I'll just go, look, I'm not in my prime, I'm 41 years old, I took a gamble. If he wins, he says, look, I've beaten him, I'll pass the mantle back onto him. He has got to take that now and make himself bigger. It's a win-win situation for Klitschko. He's not going to look at it and be like, oh, you lost to Joshua. He's 41 years old, for God's sake. Also, I want to touch on the fact that not only is he 41 years old, he has now not fought for nearly 18 months, I think it is. To then go into a ring with a kid that's 27 years old, knocked out 18 of 18 opponents, not the best preparation for your fight. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he hasn't trained hard enough and he hasn't done what he needs to do. He hasn't fought since he fought 18 months ago. And when he fought 18 months ago, he wasn't really the Klitschko that we all remember, and he also lost, especially when Joshua's fought about 3 or 4 times since Wladimir Klitschko last had a fight. Yes, so be it, not the greatest. Can't remember what the last bloke was called, but it was a worthless fight anyway. It was probably right. It was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. He didn't even try. I don't even think he threw a punch. But anyway, my prediction for the fight is that Anthony Joshua wins in 6 rounds. Joshua is going to land. He's one of the best in the division for landing punches. He has got that killer right hook and he works the jab really well. At the end of the day, I think Wladimir is going to try and box with Joshua, and last time he tried to do that with Tyson Fury, it ended up in defeat. I just can't see him lasting like that many rounds with solid punches to his chin. But like I say, if Wladimir Klitschko boxes and boxes well and does what he can do and what we all know he can do, then yeah, he can take it to 12 rounds, he can do it, and he can potentially knock Joshua out. I'm not saying he can't. That is my prediction for the fight. I reckon Joshua's going to win within 6 rounds. I want Joshua to win because I want him to go on to be the undisputed champion. I want him to go on and fight Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Hughie Fury even, and just shut that one up as well, because I don't know where he's piping up from. Finally, I want to touch up on Wladimir Klitschko announced in the press conference that he's got his prediction on a USB stick sewn into his robe that he will then sell on, with the proceeds going to the Klitschko Foundation. But I'm quite intrigued to see what our prediction is. If he's that confident he's going to knock Joshua out, I just genuinely think he's probably going to say he's going to win in points, because for him to turn around and say he's going to knock Joshua out is a big step. For him to then call a round is another big step. So there's a very high chance that he's going to get this totally wrong. And for him to make such a public announcement of the fact that he's sticking on a memory stick and putting it in his robe, you've got to think he's either going to say he's going to lose or that he's going to win on points. I wish luck to Klitschko and Anthony Joshua in the fight, and may the best man win. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did and you want me to do more predictions, let me know. Remember, please to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I've been Liam from Lckdetrio, and peace out.